What is equity work and how do you actually do it? These are common questions we often get, and we like to think of this work as a journey through education and the different partnerships that we make. When engaging the community and making data informed decisions, we move closer to our equitable goals. And this is what we call our pathway to equity. The Equity and Engagement Unit does this work on behalf of the internal and external communities to improve our systems and make sure that everyone can experience just how Seattle shines. Seattle Parks and Recreation invites you to share in an exciting opportunity, joining our race and social justice change team. Change teams are staff-led groups that help embed equity into everything we do. They've been vital in advancing the city's race and social justice initiative, and now they're recruiting new members. So you might be wondering, what is Change Team? As a member, you'll help shape workplace culture, create educational opportunities, and advise leadership on equity issues. The work that Change Team does includes promoting cultural recognition, learning advancements, and supporting department-wide events, while strengthening how the team admins and governs itself, while also committing to self-work and accountability. Change Team is part of the bigger equity ecosystem at Seattle Parks and Recreation. While the Equity and Engagement Unit provides strategic leadership on systems, policies, and department-wide direction, the Change Team is employee-led, engaging staff directly, sharing resources, and building community through diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Together, they connect grassroots innovations with organizational strategy. Member terms last up to 3 years, while co-leads serve 2-year terms, ensuring a healthy rotation of voices and opportunities across the department. So, what are you waiting for? Are you ready to apply? Applications open September 10th and close October 17th. You'll find the link in the Pathway Press newsletter and on Change Team's SharePoint page. For questions or to learn more, come meet us at the all-employee pancake breakfast on October 9th. Thank you for considering this opportunity. Change Team has a 20-year legacy of providing valuable change and progress when it comes to our race and social justice work at the City of Seattle, and now it's your turn to be a part of that legacy. Together, we can continue to help create a more inclusive Seattle Parks and Recreation and a more inclusive and welcoming city in Seattle.
Welcome to the City of Seattle. This video will serve as a short introduction to the Race and Social Justice Initiative, also known as RSGI or the Initiative. My name is Tamar Zaire, and I've been with the Seattle Office for Civil Rights since 2015, and I have the honor of leading a small and mighty team of institutional anti-racist organizers who work throughout the city's internal infrastructure to support our workforce in dismantling and eliminating the racism that permeates our processes, practices, decision-making, and workplace culture. RSGI was launched in 2004, so we are now in our second decade and have the distinction of being the first governmental initiative to acknowledge and address how institutional racism animates every aspect of government. And since Seattle embarked on this path, countless jurisdictions and municipalities nationwide have begun to address the racial inequities and injustices that drive everyday budget and policy decisions. The story of RSGI began long before it was the City of Seattle initiative. Our story is inseparable from the Black and Brown communities in the mid-90s who took to the streets to organize for change, communities devastated by structural racism. From the school-to-prison pipeline to the war on drugs to the industrialization of the carceral state, It was this organizing that inspired the then director of the city's Human Service Department, Ven Knox, to attend People's Institute for Survival and Beyond 4-day training in New Orleans. The organizing within community and Ven's experience with the People's Institute was a catalyzing moment and led to 400 staff from the Human Service Department in receiving training with the People's Institute and the creation of the very first field office in Seattle, the People's Institute Northwest. From this moment, it would be several years before the creation of RSGI. RSGI also took inspiration from Western States and Crossroads Ministries, but it was the local organizing influence that made it a people-powered initiative. To that end, RSGI has adopted the following 9 People's Institute principles to work towards the transformation we seek: analyze power, develop leadership, gatekeeping, identify and analyze the manifestations of racism, learn from history, maintain accountability, share culture, undo internalized racial oppression, undo racism. RSGI is predicated on the belief that 1. We live in a highly racialized society. Race matters. 2. We're all part of the picture. It's not possible to live in the U.S. and not experience the impacts of structural racism. 3. None of us asked for this. None of us are responsible for the past, but all of us are responsible for the present and to some extent the future. 4. We know when talking about race and racism, we also need to talk about whiteness, how it was created, the preference for it, and how it functions. 5. We work in an institution where racism is embedded and manifests in different ways. As city employees, it is our responsibility to seek to understand, challenge, and work to dismantle it. As city employees, there are a myriad of ways we can take up the mantle for racial justice within our daily work lives. The RSGI infrastructure is deep, wide, and historic. Each department has a change team charged with embedding racial justice into their lines of business. Please get involved. The change teams are the lifeline of RSGI. Also, many departments have equity leads, staff who are specifically charged with leading the racial equity efforts for the department. Please connect with yours. Please take the RSGI trainings and attend the yearly RSGI Summit. Each department has an RSGI liaison assigned to it at the Seattle Office for Civil Rights. Please connect with yours. Visit our website to learn more and connect with the RSGI team at SOCR. Lastly, RSGI stands on the mighty shoulders of Ven Knox, Darlene Flynn, Mary Flowers, Glenn Harris, Natalie Hunter, Michael Davis, Felicia Caldwell, Julie Nelson, and countless more who fight for the city to realize its racially just vision. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you to undo institutional racism.